Phyllis Hyman. Cause of death, husband, lifestyle, singing career and net worth. Phyllis Linda Hyman, born on July 6, 1949 and died on June 30, 1995, was an American singer, songwriter, and actress. Hyman's music career spanned the late 1970s through the early 1990s, and she was best known for her expansive contralto range. Some of her most notable songs are You Know How to Love Me, 1979, Living All Alone, 1986, and Don't Wanna Change the World, 1991. Hyman is also known for her covers of popular songs, which include renditions of Betcha by Golly Wow, Here's That Rainy Day, and What You Won't Do for Love. Hyman also performed on Broadway in the 1981 musical revue Sophisticated Ladies, which ran from 1981 until 1983. The revue, based on the music of Duke Ellington, earned her a Theatre World Award and a Tony Award nomination for Best Performance by a Featured Actress in a Musical. After an extended struggle with her mental health, Hyman died by suicide in 1995 at her New York City apartment. As we delve deeper, kindly subscribe to this channel for exciting news. Death. Hyman suffered from bipolar disorder and depression for years, having been diagnosed in the 1980s. She often self-medicated with alcohol and drugs, and frequently spoke about suicide. On the afternoon of June 30, 1995, 6 days before her 46th birthday, Hyman died by suicide by overdosing on a mixture of tuinal and vodka in the bedroom of her New York City apartment at 211 West 56th Street. She was found unconscious at 2 p.m. EDT, and died at 3:50 p.m. at St. Luke's Roosevelt Hospital, now Mount Sinai West, hours before she was scheduled to perform at the Apollo Theater. 13. Her suicide note read in part, I'm tired. I'm tired. Those of you that I love know who you are. May God bless you. Hyman was cremated after an autopsy was performed. A memorial service was held at St. Peter's Lutheran Church in Manhattan. Personal life. Hyman was married once, to Larry Alexander, who served as her music arranger from 1977 until divorcing in 1982. She had no children. Hyman was also the cousin of actor Earl Hyman, best known for his recurring role on The Cosby Show as Cliff's father, Russell Huxtable. The eldest of 7 children, Hyman was born in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania to Philip, a World War II veteran, and Louise Hyman, a waitress at a local nightclub, and grew up in St. Clair Village, the South Hills section of Pittsburgh. Hyman's paternal great-grandparents were Ishmael and Cassandra Cross Hyman. After leaving Pittsburgh, her music training started at a music school. On graduation, she performed on a national tour with the group New Direction in 1971. After the group disbanded, she joined All the People and worked with another local group, the Hondo Beat. She appeared in the film Lenny, 1974. She also did a 2-year stint leading a band called Phyllis Hyman and the P/H Factor. In 1975, music industry veteran, Sid Mauer, and former Epic Records promoter, Fred Frank, discovered and signed her to their Roadshow Records/Desert Moon imprint. Hyman moved to New York City where she did background vocals on John Lucian's Premonition and worked in clubs. In 1975, when Norman Connors was laying tracks for You Are My Starship, 1976, he could not get permission to use Gene Carn for the album. He heard about Phyllis Hyman, who was working at a club on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. One night after a John Lucian concert at Carnegie Hall, he saw Hyman perform and offered her a spot as the female vocalist on his 4th album for Buda Records. After the title song got airplay on jazz radio, You Are My Starship went gold, catapulting Hyman's, Norman Connors's, and Michael Henderson's careers to new heights. R&B radio jumped on board and Connors and Hyman scored on the R&B chart with a remake of the Stylistics' Betcha by Golly Wow. Music career. Hyman sang with Pharoah Sanders and the Fatback Band while working on her first solo album, Phyllis Hyman, released in 1977 on the Buda Records label. When Arista Records bought Buddha, she was transferred to that label. Her first album for Arista, Somewhere in My Lifetime, was released in 1978. Wink with a Frown. The title track was produced by then labelmate Barry Manilow. Her follow-up album, You Know How to Love Me, made the R&B Top 20 and also performed well on the club dance charts. Around that time she lent her background vocals to the debut album by the Beck Family, Dancin' on the Ceiling. The group had a hit with Can't Shake the Feeling. In the late 1970s, Hyman married her manager Larry Alexander, the brother of Jamaican pianist and melodica player Monty Alexander, but both the personal and professional associations ended in divorce. Around this time, Hyman began using cocaine, for which she developed a lifelong dependency. Hyman's first solo R&B top 10 hit came in 1981 with Can't We Fall in Love Again, a duet with Michael Henderson. The song was recorded while she was performing in the Broadway musical Sophisticated Ladies, a tribute to Duke Ellington. She performed in the role for almost 2 years, receiving a Tony Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress in a Musical and winning a Theatre World Award for Best Newcomer. Problems between Hyman and her label, Arista, caused a pause in her recording career. She used the time to appear on movie soundtracks, television commercials and guest vocals, working with Chuck Mangione, The Whispers and the Four Tops. Hyman provided vocals for 3 tracks on jazz pianist McCoy Tyner's Looking Out, 1982. She toured often and did a college lecture tour. In 1983, Hyman recorded the song Never Say Never Again as the title song for the James Bond movie of the same name, written by Stephen Forsythe and Jim Ryan. However, Warner Brothers informed Forsythe that Michel Legrand, who wrote the score for the film, had threatened to sue them, claiming he contractually had the rights to the title song. An alternate title song composed by Legrand was eventually used for the film and performed by singer Lonnie Hall, formerly of Sergio Mendes and Brazil 66. Free from Arista in 1985, Hyman released the album Living All Alone on Kenny Gamble and Leon Huff's Philadelphia International label in 1986, capitalizing on the Torch songs, Old Friend and the melancholy title track, as well as You Just Don't Know. In 1987, Phyllis Hyman recorded Black and Blue as a duet with Barry Manilow on his 1987 Swing Street Arista album. Manilow was a longtime admirer of Hyman and her work. Shortly afterward, she appeared in the film School Days, 1988, and The Kill Reflex, 1989. She would also continue to lend her voice to albums for other artists and musicians, including Grover Washington, Jr. and Lonnie Liston Smith, while at the same time doing international tours. Hyman's next album, Prime of My Life, released in 1991, again on Philadelphia International, was the biggest of her career. It included her first #1 R&B hit as well as her first Billboard Top 100 hit, Don't Wanna Change the World. The album provided 2 more top 10 R&B singles in Living in Confusion and When You Get Right Down to It, and the less successful I Found Love. Just over a year later, she appeared one last time on a Norman Connors album, singing the title song, Remember Who You Are, which became a minor R&B hit. The album and debut single were both RIAA certified gold in 1992. Thank you for watching and remember to subscribe to this channel for more exciting news.